Welcome. My name is Marie, and you are listening to Hurricane in My Life. Hurricane in My Life is a podcast where I share my stories, life experiences that are ups and downs. I also occasionally, as you know, if you've been listening for a while, use my podcast as a way to vent and share more than ups. Usually a lot of downs. However, today will maybe be a surprise. Each episode is different and unique. So please sit back, relax, grab some water, as it's best for you, and best to get at least 64 ounces in a day. I want to pause for just a second. Please don't forget that sometimes trigger warnings are needed, they're necessary, they are. So if you feel the topic of today's show is too much for you or makes you kind of have like that not right feeling, make sure that you do the right thing for you. And maybe that means don't listen. Go ahead, skip. That won't hurt my feelings. Or maybe save it for a time where you would be okay to listen. That's okay too. Please take the necessary steps you need to take care of you, as that's number one. Reach out to your safe person or people to recover. And remember, I am not a professional. I am just a scarred up person trying to educate others about my heartaches and life tragedies. With all that being said, let's get started, shall we? Hey everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Today's episode is on Do You Have a Dream? And of course we all have dreams, and it's kind of inspired because of MLK. And if you don't know who MLK is, I mean by Martin Luther King Jr. His most famous speech is, "I have a dream." And we all, like I said, we all have dreams. So some dreams of mine, they've all changed over the years. You dream of that one boyfriend or girlfriend or future husband or future wife, and we all dream about, what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, so career-wise. We all have a dream on, what life should be like, what the world should be like. And one thing that's never changed for me, dream-wise, is having dreams of the world being a better place. That is always first and foremost for me. Dreams that have changed for me is career, obviously. I've dreamt of being a professional dancer, like being on Broadway or something like that. I've dreamed of being a singer. I've dreamed of living in Hawaii. I've dreamed of living in Texas. I've dreamed of living in Tennessee. Those things haven't become a reality for me. I'm only 35 though, so things could happen in the future. You never know. I've had a lot of different dreams of who my significant other might be in the future. Again, who knows? I'm technically single right now. And yeah, like, what is a dream for you. Maybe your dream has always been the same your whole life. Your dream hasn't really changed. You have this one thing set your heart or your mind, or maybe both, set on. What are some things that you could dream about? And then can you make a 1 year or a 5 year, 10 year plan maybe to make that dream happen? Would it be a matter of saying in 30 days, I'm going to make sure I drink all the water necessary for the next 30 days? Or, because maybe you have a dream of being a healthier person. So, one of those ways of doing that is by drinking water, doing your daily amount of exercise you should do. Maybe it's cutting out a certain food or eating it less often. Maybe it's cutting out carbs. Maybe it's cutting out sodium. Maybe it's cutting out soda. Maybe your dream is fixing a wrong that, I'm trying to make it right, like a social injustice. Maybe your dream is that you want to be a known writer, such as my dream one day. I hope to be an established writer, and that's why I write every day, or at least I try to, and then have my blog. I also have my podcast. I always say I don't have notes and I wing my podcast episodes, and I do. I really do. But I do have a general idea most of the time, especially if it's an episode longer than maybe 5 minutes long. I generally do have maybe a list in my head, or maybe a list in front of me of like main bullet points to cover. So again, today is, do you have a dream? And with that being said, what is that dream? Maybe you have a dream of you want to be living somewhere else than where you live in the next, you're giving yourself a goal of a year or 5 years or 10 years or something like that. Maybe you want to have a better job than what you have. Maybe you want to be in a corporate kind of job. Maybe you want to be, I don't know, professional dancer, like I said before. Maybe a professional swimmer. I don't know. The point is, never give up on those dreams. If there's something that you really, really want, you should do everything in your power, in your control, to do so. And you don't always necessarily need help. There are times where you do, and it's okay to ask for help. If the person you first go to doesn't want to help you, or doesn't have the resources to help you, or maybe they think you're dreaming too big or you're wanting too big, find somebody that will support you. That would be my best advice. I wanted to live on my own, so I had a friend that got on board with me, helped me find a place. My mom helped me through the process to be able to live where I live, and this year marks 10 years for me come April. I have achieved that goal. Most people, they don't even really, I don't think they really think about moving out onto their own. I think for most people it's like second nature, because it's just kind of like expected. When you have a disability, though, it's not always expected of you to follow maybe in your siblings' footsteps. So like, I know a lot of people that they wish they had more responsibilities and stuff like that, and they don't always get that. Where I have always been encouraged to follow my dreams and encouraged to have desires and wants, and to work toward those. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of feel like I'm about to ramble. So this episode would be under a little under 8 minutes. I was hoping for a longer, like maybe around 10, but hey, like it'll give you a good start on thinking, you know, if you yourself has a dream and can you make it happen? Again, this is Hurricane in Your Life. I am your host, Marie Massart, and with much love, respect, joy, peace, and kindness, always stay safe out there, everybody. I know in the frozen tundra it is very chilly and we got even more snow, so just, be safe. With that being said, bye. Mwah. Hey y'all, thank you again for listening. It shows that what I'm doing is for good and that people do care. And I appreciate that. So, thank you for the love. Just know you're loved, you're cared for, you are all the things. Here are some ways that you can show support for me and show some love. You can find me on all social medias like Facebook and Instagram, and you can also find me on Pinterest. I'm trying to figure out how to put my blog on there just to get some new people to read it, look at it, hopefully follow it. So if you do those things already, you are amazing. You are wonderful. Just know I love you a lot. And you can email me at sweetthoughts.by Marie. No, that is how you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. You can email me at sweetmariethoughts, S on the end of thoughts, 2022 at outlook.com. Again, I appreciate any way you support me, whether it's listening to my words as I speak them, whether it's reading my words that I have written. Just know you are the best for supporting me in any way you have supported me. Thank you very much for all you've done. It really helps me in so many ways, that more than I can really express. I am at a loss of expression of words. I really am. One thing that I know by your support, whether you read my words, listen to my words, or both, I know that I'm on the right path and that I'm doing the thing that I am supposed to be doing, which is sharing my stories, which is sharing my life experience. And I hope it does what it's supposed to, which is touch your life in a way to know you are not alone. I hope nobody that listens to me ever considers themselves to be a nobody. Please know you're somebody. You are somebody to somebody, whether you realize it or not, whether it is expressed or not. You are somebody to somebody, okay? That might not make sense, but I really mean it. You mean something to someone, not just yourself. Just know your love always, whether it's by someone in your life or by God. I have my days where I feel He's the only one that backs me up and has me in my corner for the next round. You know what I'm saying? He has me ready for the next fight. But realistically, we all have people that love us, even though people tend to have a really cruddy way of showing that they love and care for someone. And that hurts. I know. I get it. I do. That's all I can say, people, is never forget you are somebody. You are loved. You are needed. You are wanted. And sometimes a little extra prayer is all that's needed to help you figure that out. Or maybe a conversation. Again, I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Never give up.